Did everyone know here that 6 out of 10 traders fail to follow their trading rules? Often their performance ends up becoming worse. They don't stick to the plan. And that's why trading rules are very important to learn and to embrace as a trader to be profitable. Traders emphasize the importance of planning and discipline, and that is why we must understand this area to be long-term successful. Psychology in trading is probably the biggest hindrance that will cause you to be unsuccessful in the market. It's probably not going to be the quantitative aspect, the numbers, the price. It's actually often going to be the psychology. That's why we need to understand how to master this area, and I'm going to provide ways and methods to help you psychologically become a better trader. Method number one is the beauty of great trading. The biggest hurdle for most traders is that they are unable to recognize great day trading opportunities. It can be difficult to spot because what makes a skilled professional in one field is not the same in trading. A surgeon, for example, wants their performance to be flawless every time. They have to get it right 100% of the time. With a trader, it's different. You don't need to be right. You could be right 70% of the time and be extremely successful. They need their performance, of course, to be net positive and flawless, but a good trader can also have a number of losses. It's not like a heart surgeon who needs to perform this right 100% of the time, or else a patient could have a major problem. Many traders struggle because they believe a losing trade is a sign that something is wrong, or they let this trade impact them too much from continue on and making good trades that outweigh those losses. And that's what's most important, because trading is going to always involve losses. You're not going to be a real successful trader and not have losses. Losses are healthy, and they're going to appear in the records of every trader, no matter the caliber they're at. And if you can understand how the losses play into your strategy, you'll make it to the top. Also realize that, like in sports, athletes or teams always have losses. There's no team that's never going to experience a loss, and the losses are also used to teach the lesson in the future to improve the team. And it's the same thing with being a good day trader. Number two is to plan your trade and trade your plan successful. Trade your plan accordingly. Not having a trading plan is one of the worst things you can do going into the market. You'll often then resort to gut feeling, untested hypothesis, rationalization, instead of the trading plan that you should follow. And good traders are always going to follow this trading plan, no matter the situation. You may start going off the trading plan if you've had a mediocre day, which will often just turn it into a worse day. So trading plan, even if your trading isn't going superb that day, is probably going to be much better to follow than not using a trading plan at all. The number three thing is judge, jury, and executioner. This means that no matter how a trader makes money, there'll be another trader making money a different way. And that's why, as a trader, you have to stick to how you trade. This is kind of similar to the second one. And traders have different strategies. You can also combine different strategies. You could have a scalping method, trading breakouts, trading pullbacks, going for swings. The list goes on. Or combine a number of these strategies together. There will always be another trader in a completely different situation that makes more money or less money, or that utilizes a different strategy for the same stock and still makes money. And you have to understand that jealousy, greed, and emotion are all emotions that can creep in and cause you to be too aggressive, or they will change you from following the original plan you have. The next thing is use a stimulated environment through stimulated training. Now, simulate trading. This isn't always going to become the substitute for being a good trader when money's on the line, because you're never going to replace the psychological effect of having actual money in a trade, but it will simulate your mind to the effect of being in a trade and how to cope with it when you're in the red or you're in the green, and to proceed forward. Because often would have, should have, and could have are often very synonymous with subpar trading strategies. And we have trading plans for a reason. When we have a plan, there are always temptations to trade outside of it. But one of the best things that can help you so that you follow a plan is that you practice in a simulator. In a simulator, you're obviously in a risk-free, you're in a risk-free trading environment. So you're never going to have real money on the line. It's also known as paper trading, and it will help you follow a plan. You'll avoid breaking the plan because you'll know that real money is not on the line. And by having enough experience utilizing different strategies, whether it's the pullbacks or it's breakout trades, whatever works for you, you'll get into the mindset of how to trade without actually having money on the line. The next thing is also equally important, which is surround yourself with support or a community. This will have a lot of impact on your psychology when you're trading, and ensure that you're a better trader. You should surround yourself with both people in the trading industry if possible, and people that are just simply successful in what they do, or at the very least positive in what they're pursuing. You do not want to surround yourself with negative people, especially as a day trader. It can be really easy to be pulled down by those emotions, and it will get in the way of being as good of a trader as possible. You may have family or friends that believe trading is gambling or a waste of time, and they can become very difficult to deal with. Or they can just pull you into the mess of problems in their lives, which then causes huge distractions for you and may cause too much negative influence on your life. And then this can end up causing problems with your trading. So you have to remember that supportive environment's important, whether it's in person, it's online, you can find great communities. And the sign of a positive trading influence is someone that never blames the market. Positive traders remain open-minded and are ready to learn from their mistakes, and they also don't mind sharing their advice with others. Also realize that trading is for traders, not for investors. Very key here. Obviously, we know the difference with investor usually holds their money on the market longer, whereas a day trader usually gets in and out of trades within a pretty short amount of time. And it's important to realize that the market influences and the mental problems as a trader can be quite different than for a stock investor, and you have to understand the difference. The next thing is to aim for long-term survival or longevity in the market. You're often, as a trader, going to leave this profession within the first 3 months or 6 months if you enter. It's very challenging for traders to even last 2 years, 5 years. And so you have to understand how both the psychology and just your trading history and success is going to pay off. You need to understand that the longevity is often correlated with your success, but not the only thing, because some even successful traders do have a lot of problems psychologically speaking, and you need to adjust because that could cause major problems also. And also, the next thing also is to size your trades properly. Don't take trades that are too big that you can't handle. If you can handle $5,000 trades, trade $5,000. If you can handle $50,000, trade $50,000. If you cannot handle, you have no business honestly trading that stock. And it's going to really be challenging, because there's traders that could take on a $200,000 position and be very comfortable. There's other traders that could not take a $2,000 position and they would be extremely uncomfortable. It's all in accordance with the trader in their comfort zone. Often, as a trader has more time and experience in the market, the comfort zone increases. And that's what it really boils down to. So you got to proceed with what you're comfortable with. These are very good steps to take and utilize these in your trading plan.